Progressive California Governor Gavin Newsom is an outspoken critic of Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis.
I like Charlie, Chris, and I don't like bullies. Ron DeSantis talks about freedom. Spare me freedom. There's no freedom. There's no choice. So yeah, I'm standing up just as a human being. Got to use those dollars, and I hope others of you send money to send a message.
Well, speaking of a message,
freedom.
It looks like
It
looks like Gavin Newsom's in-laws may not feel the same way as the governor. Records reveal $5,000 donation was made from his in-laws' trust to Ron DeSantis' PAC back in April.
So it could have come out of his inheritance. Outkick founder Clay Travis is here. Hey, Clay, he can't get his whole family to back him.
Well, the only thing I can think of for Gavin Newsom today to do, guys, is to take everybody to the French Laundry and try to, to bring them all back together to make up for the fact that his own family likes Ron DeSantis. I love this story. I absolutely love it. If Gavin Newsom had a shred of humor in his body at all, he would have fun with this. I'm sure he's humiliated because of how aggressive he's come out against Ron DeSantis. There's a possibility, guys, that this could be a presidential election in 2024 or 2028. These guys don't like each other, and they had such diametrically opposed perspectives when it comes to COVID. California and Gavin Newsom got everything wrong, and Florida and Ron DeSantis got everything right on the data. And I think deep in his heart, Gavin Newsom knows that, and he's so bothered by it that he can't stop talking about Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. But obviously, his own in-laws see through the lies that he's spreading.
It's crazy, you know. And $5,000 would probably be what it would cost to have a big dinner at the French Laundry that you mentioned.
Maybe just for the wine.
Maybe just for the wine.
No doubt.
Hey, can you imagine? Okay, so if Gavin Newsom's in-laws have already given Ron DeSantis $5,000, can you imagine if Ron DeSantis runs for president against Gavin Newsom, and the in-laws cut a video for, that's right, Ron DeSantis. Hey, we're Gavin Newsom's in-laws, and we've seen him up close, and this is what we think.
There's no way imaginable that could happen. I mean, I would love it. Don't get me wrong. That would be riveting.
Right.
And I remember I gave Gavin Newsom credit. Remember when he showed up at the White House as soon as Joe Biden left, and he had his sleeves rolled up and he walked around? It was so disrespectful that I had to respect it. This would be that level of disrespect from his in-laws. If they truly hate the man that their daughter chose to marry, and they just want to declare war against him. There's that great video. Waited. He didn't even go when Joe Biden was there. He might have been in the Oval Office kicking his feet up on the Resolute desk, smoking a cigar out in the Rose Garden. This is one of the most disrespectful moves I've ever made. I've never heard of anybody who was an actual politician visiting the White House the day after the president went overseas.
Clay, what's his message?
This would be your idea. Would be amazing if his in-laws came out against him.
I mean, I'm sure the in-laws, imagine the first time they met Gavin Newsom when she's like, Mom and Dad, I'm going to bring home this guy that I'll probably marry one day, and he's a Democrat. But you have to respect them for saying, they probably say, look, we love you, Gavin. You're married to our daughter, and you're the father of our grandchildren. But we have to stand on our principles, and we want to give money to a party that we believe is best for this country.
I think that's probably true. And the reality is we try to create this narrative that everybody is in a silo of red or blue. The reality is for most families, when they go to Thanksgiving or they go to Christmas or they celebrate the New Year, there are people who voted both ways in the larger collective family, because that's what happens in a 50-50 nation. But I definitely know this drives Gavin Newsom bonkers.
Right, or you could be Governor Hochul, and if you don't vote for me or agree with me, leave the state.
That's right.
Clay, we'll look forward to hearing what you have to say on Outkick and on your radio show. Thanks so much.
Thanks.